Good morning everyone and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity. I think I just had to turn my microphone up there, so if things sounded a bit weird I do apologise. And I've got a KSCRAFT design team project share today, and I've made two little projects and I've used the basic slimline stitch set, which is from KSCRAFT. This is a really lovely one because of course when something's plain you can basically use it with anything. And I also use the this one's designed by Nicole and this is the burlap, and as you can see I haven't poked it all out yet, and there's a story to that. And that is, if you've got a dye brush that you use, you know, one of those rotating round things like a big fat toothbrush, using it on something like this will take all the bristles out. So I'm going to go through my poke tool and get all that out individually, because as I was rolling my brush up and down on it, all the bristles were just flying everywhere. Yes, it looked like my dog had molted all over the craft room carpet. So I don't recommend using one of those for cleaning this. Right. Next up, I've used the KSCRAFT scenery die, which comes with, if I can shake my bag of bits around, I have used all pieces. You get a lovely fence, you get the trees, and you get two sets of hills of varying heights, as you can see there. One of them has got the grass, and I have used that one too. And all of these, as you can see, if I rest them on top, they all fit Nicole's slimline dies. So anything you buy in the slimline range from KSCRAFT is also going to fit the slimline range of the basics, and of course you can see that fits on there as well. And I also use the smaller puzzle heart because I thought, you know, February's just around the corner and let's do a little bit of Valentine's. Right, first up I've used the scenery die, and that's on the basic slimline. All of this cardstock here, including the silver sparkly white, is from Joanne. And this sentiment strip, I think that's another Jen Hadfield. I do tend to grab all those when I'm in Tuesday morning because they're like really thick, nice quality cardstock. And as you can see, that one is foiled. So I thought this was quite busy and that would be just a nice little simple finishing touch. But if I get in so that you can have a close up here at the elements, you can see that I've used the hill, the grass, and then the trees which sit on a hill. And I've also used the fence. Now these clouds which I wanted in the sky, those are actually from a KLJ UYP set, also designed by Nicole, and it's a slimline die which has 3 windows cut into it, and you get a sentiment called hugs. But if you like clouds, and I do, I collect a lot of weather stuff. I can link that one below for you. And a word of warning, I thought I was going to do this in spring colours and I was going to cut the trees, and then I was just going to use some scraps of paper and cut different colours and pop them on top, because I just thought it would look nicer than just having plain trees. Now, as you can see, some will fit over perfectly, but others don't. So all of the trees are different. So don't think that you can just do what I did, which was like take the die to a scrap of paper and sort of like, if you've got a little square that you could cover just 2 trees, cut it and it's going to magically fit. It won't. If you want them to magically fit, you've got to cut all whole colours using the whole die, or otherwise you're going to be like me, and I'm not really bothered by it. Just have a little bit of the green showing through, which I think is absolutely fine. But I just think that looks really lovely in spring and Easter. So that one is my first one. And if you've never seen a haul video where I've measured these dies before, I'll quickly do that for you so that you can see. And Nicole does make the largest slimline dies on Aliexpress. They're 9 inches. And then the width of that is 4 inches, so 9 by 4. And Nicole does do the biggest ones. Right, that's that one. And then next up is the puzzle heart and the burlap. And with the puzzle heart, there you go. Let's see if we can get close. There we are. All I did was I wanted to keep the vintage vibe going because I used the Echo Park Love Notes pad, and I just inked in the edges of the puzzle. There you go. Oh, that's nice and close, isn't it? Ah, yes, I like it when I impress myself. And I did it, and then I popped all of the pieces after I'd inked them back into the die, and then I put my adhesive tape over the reverse so that I could pull out the whole thing and pop it up on foam pads so that it's elevated there. So that's how I did that one. And then, of course, really, really easy to just cut those little bits out of the Echo Park paper pad and just ink those edges and pop them onto the burlap. The burlap's awesome. You can do that in whatever colour you like. I mean, you can ink it up in traditional, use some vintage photo or something distress ink, and you even get burlap colour distress ink, so you could do it in that too. But I just wanted to leave that white and bright at the background so that it showed all of those other bits up. But I can measure that heart for you now. And this does come in a set of two. There's a very large one, which is perfect for photos. Right, that's 3 inches. And then I basically know what's going on behind there by 3¼ inches. So I just think that's really, really sweet. And I do love that. Like I say, you know, you could just cut that. You can cut out a photo or an image or anything, and you can just be really cheeky, you know, just pop it into inside of a card and pop it in an envelope and let somebody put the puzzle together themselves. That would be really cute. Or you could actually cut an image and lay it down completely flat and just elevate one piece and do it on white cardstock. And if you've got a tiny little stamp, you could just stamp love so that it's elevated above the rest of the puzzle, and that would also look really, really lovely. So that is my second card. Right, and that's what I've got for you today. So remember, if you're going to do the trees and you want them to fit on top perfectly, in fact, I think I've even got a little bit of my bristle brush there. Let me get that out. You see, I'm so professional. There we go. Then remember to cut out the whole die and remember which piece goes which as you're cutting them apart and laying them on top. Because that could even be, you know, a little bit Easter eggy. You could have all little bunnies and chicks and everything running along in the field. Right, now I've digressed and confused myself. So tomorrow I'm going to be up with an Eiffel Store design team haul. Yep, I've been sent some more dies. I'm going to try and make a project or two using a few of those. And if my sale items from Joanne arrive today, they did say they would, then I will include those in tomorrow's video too. Right, so you have an absolutely fabulous day as usual. All links below. Bye.